This is Arlo. Arlo just turned 17 and he has decided to get a bank account. He goes to the nearest combank, speaks with a bank teller, and after a week he gets his debit card and his account. Arlo is applying for a KFC position. He's got his resume, he knows he's sure to get the job. Arlo doesn't know the financial implications of a job or how taxes work. Most worryingly, he doesn't have his tax file. Arlo is stressed because he doesn't know how to get one, and he only has 4 weeks till his job interview. A tax file number is a unique identifier for each person, making taxation and superannuation easier, giving you special benefits. For example, without one, the government taxes you with higher rates, including deducting potentially half of Arlo's pay, and he would not get it back until the end of the next financial year. Applying for a tax file number is really easy. Go to any government taxation website and make an application, where Arlo will enter his Australian residency history, personal details, taxation and bank details, mobile details, and finally make his tax file number declaration.
Great. Now Arlo's meeting with his boss Mark to disclose his entitlements within the restaurant. Okay, so Arlo, your base rate will be 12.5 paid bi-weekly to your BSP and account number. Now Arlo's worried. Most employers will pay their employees via direct deposit into their bank accounts, thus requiring Arlo's bank details. More specifically, his account name, account number, and BSP, which are also assigned through the opening of his bank account. Arlo is paid a base rate of 12.5. This is Arlo's hourly wage, but actually gets paid more per hour based on entitlements in his multiplier. His 1.5 multiplier from after 6 p.m. working hours and Saturday working hours multiplier his income for those hours by making Arlo 19.23 per hour. This is also shown within Arlo's payslip given each pay period. Let's break this down. The top left sign represents the corporation processing his income. In this case, KFC's final processor company, Ingenco. Over here are company details and details of his employer's company. The ABN is a sequence of number as an identifier for their individual company. These are Arlo's employment details. This is Arlo's total earning per his pay frequency. These are the numbers of hours Arlo's worked along with the over to the next pay period. This is Arlo's tax automatically paid through PayG, pay as you go, and handle the contribution of tax to the ATO. And finally, Arlo's payment and bank details.
Perfect. Arlo loves his job and he is working over 30 hours, making him eligible to start his super fund. But now Arlo has a dilemma as he does not know what super fund to pick. Mark will take some of Arlo's pay off his paycheck and put it into a savings account that Arlo can't access. A super fund is a fund that manages your superannuation and will invest that money into stocks, shares, and other investments that will increase the amount of money in there over time. This can only be accessed after retiring and makes sure you can live a happy life when you are older. Arlo is scared of which super to choose as he doesn't know the best option. The 3 ones he narrowed it down to are Australian Super, Hostplus, and Hesta, as they all have excellent return rates, but Australian Super and Hesta have bumped up costs on events such as death, while Hostplus has eligibility for covering death. Arlo has gone with Australian Super, as even though the average return is not the highest, it still offers personalized financial advice and it has the lowest administration costs. These are one of the things to look out for in a reliable super fund.
Now, Arlo has been working diligently for 8 months, and the end of the financial year has rolled around, so Arlo needs to lodge a tax return. However, Arlo has no clue why he needs to do this. The end of the financial year is a period between the 1st of July and the 30th of June. This marks the period where all businesses need to report their financial progress to the ATO. This period is also where Arlo's individual taxations are reported and gives Arlo the chance to claim overpaid tax by the government.
To lodge a tax return online, you have to first link your MyGov account to the ATO, and this is done by having a MyGov account with your TFN, SMS, and a MyGov sign-in code. Then, after logging in, go to the Linked Services button, and then select the Link button. Then, if you have any details that have been changed since you last affair with the ATO, call them and get them updated. But you can also handle your tax return and your super through the ATO. To lodge your tax return through the ATO, go to the website, press Prepare, and fill in the information, including your TFN, date of birth, and a payslip closest to the financial year. However, another option is that Arlo can go to a tax agent, which will require him to bring some personal information, such as bank details, a full legal name, date of birth TFN, and a printed payslip close to the financial year. Arlo has decided to go with the tax agent as it is the simplest option that he could go for.
Arlo is a very kind person. He ended up donating $100 to the Salvation Army and purchasing his own uniform for his KFC job. He needs to bring the receipts or evidence of his purchases and hand them to the taxation agent. This has implications for how much money Arlo can claim. Let's go through the tax return. The taxation agent verified Arlo in the government database using his full name, date of birth, and TFN to confirm his identity. Looking at Arlo's July payslip, he's earning $30,438, which would place him into the second tax bracket, $18,201 to $45,000 section. Arlo would get taxed roughly $3,000 pre-deductions and around $2,800 after considering the deduction.
Great. Arlo has lodged his tax return and he wants to splurge on some entertainment. He decides to buy a PS5 Slim at the Astro Mall game, setting him back roughly $800, with GST included. GST is a goods and services tax, which is a 10% bonus on every item that are non-essentials, such as food. The money is then collected by the government and is used to help the less fortunate, to help build roads, hospitals, and other essentials. It can also pay for workers' salaries. Now, Arlo's parents want him to go buy some groceries, but GST is not applied to these groceries as they are necessities that people need, so they aren't taxed to make them affording them easier for everybody.
Now, Arlo has turned 18. He has graduated from Woodfield High School and is enrolled to Adelaide University. But he does not have enough money to pay off the fees, so he applied for a study loan for higher education, referred to as a help loan. So when he has enough money saved up in his RI, retirement income, he starts to pay off his loan, and it marginally increases with the amount of RI Arlo has. The RI takes stuff like super, money earned, and other things that Arlo may have got into account.
Great. Now Arlo is fully capable of understanding his tax return, how his payslip works, his super fund, and his personal identifying information. We hope he can make logical, responsible, and informed financial decisions from his increased taxation knowledge.